Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time, as we all get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications. That's in North Alabama. And then we're syndicated on Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Been with them a long time as well. And also, don't forget the podcast at thenewscasters.com. Everybody's favorite talk show host is with us right now, and he is our sports guy. And he's our go-to guy on everything sports, AP Steadham. And also, he has his own show. And so we'll talk about that again in just a few minutes. But AP, all talk is about the Rose Bowl. It's all everybody's talking about.
Yeah, Don, a big ball game, right? Because you have Michigan, the winningest team of all time. It's over, I think it's either at 1,000 wins or just right over 1,000 wins. And then Alabama has the most championships. So those are two blue blood programs. They rarely meet. The series right now is 3-2 in favor of Alabama. So that's 5 times in over 100 years. So it's exciting to have them in the Rose Bowl. Okay, Michigan hasn't been to the Rose Bowl in a while. Alabama hadn't been to the Rose Bowl in California since 1946. But they recently played in the one that was moved to Texas during those COVID years when California shut down. So they were in the Rose Bowl 2-3 years ago. So it's very exciting to have these two teams. It's a semifinal game in the college football playoff. Michigan undefeated at 13-0, Alabama at 12-1. It's a 2-point game right now in favor of Michigan. I suspect, Donna, it's probably going to be in the 20s. That's what I'm thinking, because both teams play pretty good defense. I would say very good defense, above average defense. And the offenses are good, but they're not spectacular. Let's say like LSU averaging nearly 50 points a game. They average just over 30 points a game, 35 and 36 points, respectively, Alabama and Michigan. So, yeah, tremendous teams. One from the Midwest, so that's a big viewing audience. One from the Southeast. And then, of course, you have the people in the West. They watch the Rose Bowl, and everybody on the East Coast, they watch that game because it comes on at a special time of 5 o'clock. That's been for decades. At that time, they were locked in around 5 o'clock on the East. So the entire country will be viewing this ball game.
So, which some people say actually the Rose Bowl is more viewed than any football game, whether that's the pros or whatever. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, usually that's the case down at the Rose Bowl, and this year especially because it's a college football playoff, and you have a team from the Big Ten, the champion, and the SEC, the champion. So I think this year, I don't know what the record is exactly, but I suspect it's going to get close, Donna, because of the nature of the two teams. I mean, Michigan has not lost, and Alabama has the one loss against Texas. That was a home game in Tuscaloosa. So two of the conferences that really, they're very competitive. They're rivals. Like I said, they don't play each other very often. This is only the 6th time between Michigan and Alabama. You have the two coaches, big names, Nick Saban for Alabama, Jim Harbaugh from Michigan. I suppose it's going to be a near record, I would say. I would say of the all-time Rose Bowls, I don't know. Maybe it'll make the top 5. Maybe it'll reach that level.
I think so, too. Oh, and before I forget, now you mentioned before the show, actually, we have a hometown football team, high school football band that's going to be there.
Yes, yeah, I'm very, very excited. Be covering the Rose Parade, which is the morning. It starts at 8 o'clock Pacific time. That's 11 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Central time. So we have to get there very early. But Albertville High School, this is, I think, maybe their 3rd Rose Parade, and they're also in the Macy's Day Parade frequently. So I've read that 25% of the population of the school is in the band, so it's around 300. Very large high school band. And it must be very good because you can't be in these national parades unless you're exceptional. So Albertville High School, along with the University of Alabama, this will be their first time in the Rose Parade, Donna, because even though they played in the Rose Bowl in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and then recently, the band was not participating in the Rose Parade. They didn't travel to California in those days. The football team went via train down. So that took them a week. So that was an arduous process in and of itself. So the band was not going to be part of it as well. And then when they played in Texas, they didn't have that Rose Parade, obviously. So this is the historic moment for the University of Alabama $1 million band to be in the parade.
I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I think it's going to be a nail biter.
I think so. Don. Yeah, a few plays here and there. I think the main thing to watch in this ball game, Donna, is can Michigan's defense corral Alabama's quarterback, Jalen Milroe, enough to hold off some of his spectacular plays. He can run the ball so effectively. He's fast. He's big. And then Alabama, can they stop Michigan's run game? Because if Michigan realizes they can move the football on the ground, they won't pass the ball down. They'll just keep handing it off to the running back behind that big, powerful line. And just at the point of attack, keep your offense on the sideline. You can't score when you're on the sideline, obviously. And they'll continue to run the football all day long. So Alabama has to challenge them up front, get them to want to pass the football. And you're always trying to make somebody one-dimensional. If you can make them pass the ball, then you have an advantage with your pass rush. Because you can tee off and you go after the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, who, by the way, is a dual threat himself, just like Jalen Milroe. Not as fast, but he definitely can run the football.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's pretend you're a fly on the wall, okay?
Yeah.
And you're behind the scenes and you're listening to both coaches as they're planning for this game. What do you think they're saying right now?
Right. I think from Alabama's standpoint, defensively, you have to stop that run. As I said, always in football, you have to stop the run. And then you're looking at their tight end because he's very good. That's a matchup that's usually in favor of the tight end because he's usually tall and their tight end is 6'5", and he can make catches. He's fast enough to run back by the linebackers, but he's big enough to overpower the defensive backs. So they have the tight end, very good player, Colston Loveland, 40 receptions, 572 yards, and he's got 4 touchdowns. Then they have a slot receiver, Roman Wilson, 41 receptions, 662 yards, down 11 touchdowns from the slot receiver, very fast. So from Alabama's perspective, those are some of the people. And then Blake Corum is a running back, not tall, Donna, not tall, 5'8", but 213 pounds. He's powerful, and he has 24 touchdowns, Donna. That's a lot of touchdowns, 24 touchdowns by the running back. So he's effective. So, and then from Michigan's standpoint, they have to defend Alabama's quarterback, Jalen Milroe, and those receivers. And, Jalen, he can run. He's one of the fastest players on the Alabama football team. So when they rush the passer, you have to have integrity when you're going upfield. Stay in your lane so you can have like a corral. He's going to see 4 people across. He's not going to see a big wide opening. And then I suspect they're going to have somebody that spies the quarterback, spies Alabama's quarterback. If I was Michigan, I would, during passing situations, I might put 6 defensive backs in there, take out any linebackers. I'll put the most speed I can in the anticipation that the quarterback wants to run if the receivers aren't open.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. And let's talk about this because it's hard to predict. Will it be a high scoring game or a low scoring game?
Yeah. I think, Donna, the teams average 35 and 36 respectively. I think it's in the 20s. I think it's in the 20s myself. I believe that you're not going to be able to shut them out, I don't think. And I think it could be in the 20s. You could have a high teens and somebody in the 20s, 21-17 could be that type of score as well. And then look, Don, we always discuss when it's a close ball game, we have to look at the kicker. We have to look at both teams have good kickers. Will Riker, 53 for 53 on the extra points, 100%. Field goals 20 for 23. He's the all-time leading scorer as a kicker in the history of college football. And then we have James Turner for Michigan, 58 for 59 on the extra points, 16 for 18 on the field goal. So 2 good kickers. But as I say, Donna, what matters is that day, that kick. You can have a spotless record as a kicker, but it's that day, that moment. Can you make the kick?
That's true. Now, what's the weather forecast for that day? Do you know?
It's about be in the 60s, be nice football weather. In the 60s, mid 60s probably. Supposed to be sunny. Be about 90,000 people down. It used to hold years ago, I think around 97. It was over 100,000, but they cut down the seating to 90-something thousand. I think it's 92,000. So, yeah, I believe, Donna, that Michigan will have, let's say, 30 to 40,000 people at the game. I think Alabama probably in the 15 to 20,000 range. the schools receive, I believe it's 13,500 tickets. But there's so many Michigan people that moved out here to California. And of course, Michigan, John, they have a much bigger alumni group because they've been a school in the 40,000 range for a long time, where Alabama just got to be in the 30,000 range, in the last decade or so. But it'll be a great crowd. The bands are very good. Alabama's $1 Million Band and Michigan's band. And they have all the pageantry. And then Audra McDonald, I don't know if you're familiar with her, Don. She's won 6 Tonys, only person ever won 6 Tonys. She is the Grand Marshal, and she was raised in Fresno, California. So, Donna, 14 years ago, when I was at this game, covering this game, she sang "America the Beautiful." Now here she is the Grand Marshal of the entire Tournament of Roses.
Wow,
a great story.
Awesome. Now you got out there a little bit early, so you're in good old California right now.
You're in California now.
Do you have any time doing any little tours? Let's talk to some folks who are out there a little early. Where do you suggest they go to eat? Yeah,
Donna, the Visit Pasadena, they have all these things. Donna, you can run a 5-mile race, a 5K race at midnight, right on the parade route in Pasadena, if you want to get involved in that type of thing. And then they have the Equest Fest, which is all the horse groups that are marching in the parade, riding in the parade. Then you have the Band Fest. Then you have all the floats are being decorated. You can go up there a couple days before, and you can view all those things in the city of Pasadena. Donna, Pasadena has 650 restaurants. 650 restaurants. I couldn't believe it when I read that, but 650 restaurants. And then it's a great place to walk around. It's the type of city where you can move around easily walking, and it's a very quaint place. And the Rose Bowl, you have to walk down, or there's a path, a road that goes down. There's houses on either side. So the venue itself, it's not easily accessible. And then the fact that there's only one road going in, so you have to, it takes you a little while, and you have to find the parking. Then they have the trains down coming from the city of Los Angeles and other places. You want to park downtown, maybe you take the train up there that day, 10, 11 miles. It'll be running early in the morning, since they have the people at the parade for 8 o'clock Pacific time. So there's a lot of things to do, and there's art museums. You can stop by, and there's a hotline, Donnie, you can call. Let me see if I have that for you. You can call this hotline on the 27th, starting the 27th of December, 877-793-9911 for guidance. And they'll give you the maps and things. You could stop by the office there as well. It's 300 East Green Street in Pasadena for the maps and guide. But you can call that hotline to give you an idea about traffic and transportation, road closings, any of the exhibits that will be happening in the coming days. So just keep abreast of that hotline. If somebody wants to write it down, 877-793-9911.
I definitely do that, because they're constantly working on the roads. Always.
Yes.
You need to know where those roads are. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a bit. Everybody hang in there. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
My Towels solved the problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring-spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
MyPillow.com.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Age Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Now, that's Central Time for you folks out there in California. So thank you again so much for watching. Truth Matters. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. I have everybody's favorite sports guy. His name is AP Steadham. And AP, you've been with us a long time. And I know you're always excited this time of the year, but you're excited about football and any kind of sport anyway.
Yes. And
You
this
like?
time of year, Donna, I love all the bowl games because you get to see teams who normally you're not competing against each other. So that's
Uh-huh.
a lot of fun. Now, the little bit of the romance is taken off the games, Donna, because the players, they opt out if they're not in the championship round of
Yeah.
four. So they're transferring, they're opting out to get ready for the NFL draft. So, like, for instance, that Florida State Georgia game, I was really looking forward to watching those teams play against each other. But so many of the players are opting out and transferring that it just doesn't have the same luster that it did. But I'll still watch it, of course. But
Mhm.
we have the two college football playoff games, Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California, January 1st, be 4 o'clock Central, Alabama, number 4 versus number 1, Michigan. And then the nighttime game will be, that should be 7:45, I believe, Central. That'll be the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. It'd be Texas, number 3 from the Big 12 versus number 2, Washington, undefeated from the Pac-12. So you have a 13-0 versus another 12-1 team. So it's 4 great teams competing that day for the chance to play in Houston, January 8th, which is a Monday night for the college football national championship game. So we're actually playing those bowl games, the college football semifinal games on January 1st, New Year's Day, 2024.
Absolutely. Houston's Phil's old neck of the woods, They have the most weird airport. I mean, it was almost like it has this big nucleus right here, and then way off over here somewhere else. And I promise you, anytime I've ever taken that airport, I get off here, have to run like crazy. It seems like it's in another world, like in another town. Anyway, but you can get in and out of it pretty good.
Right.
But I love Houston. Houston is really nice.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But Donna, we have 8 other teams from the SEC competing in bowl games. So if you want me to go over those quickly, I can. I could just let people know about it. But the game I was looking forward to, one of them was Auburn versus Maryland, because Maryland had Taulalia Tagovailoa, the brother of Tua Tagovailoa, at quarterback. But now he's possibly opting to try to get a 6th-year football done. Don, you can maintain your redshirt year if you just play 4 games, but I think you played 5 one year. So he's petitioning the NCAA to get that 6th year of eligibility. He might transfer down to Miami. He'd be in the same city as his brother, who plays for the Miami Dolphins. But that would have been fun to watch him, because he played at Alabama a couple years, played against Auburn. So that game's in Nashville on December 30th, the Music City Bowl. So you have Auburn versus Maryland. Auburn's favored by 2.5 points. They had some people transfer, as did Maryland. But anyway, then you have the Georgia-Florida State game, number 6 Georgia versus Florida State. That's the Orange Bowl. That series down at 6-4-1. Georgia leads that series 6 games to 6-4-1. So it'll be interesting, because they have athletes, even the ones that are going to be substituting for the starters. Some of them are not playing or opting out or whatever, but it'll still be a good game to watch all that talent. Then you have Kentucky versus Clemson. Clemson's number 22. That series is Kentucky leads 8-5. Clemson is favored by 5.5 points. That's on the 29th of December. Then we'll look at LSU versus Wisconsin. That's a 1-1 series down. They played twice, and each team's won a game. That's on January 1st. LSU number 13 versus Wisconsin. LSU's favored by 7.5 points. Donna, this is the first time, and I didn't realize this, the first time the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels, first time the Heisman Trophy winner has opted out of a bowl game. I didn't know that was the case.
Wow.
But unfortunately, that's the case this year. So then we have, I think, one of the interesting bowl games, there's a couple of them right here. Ole Miss, number 11 versus number 10 Penn State. They've never played down in the Peach Bowl. That'll be, I don't have the date on that one. That's I forgot the exact date, but it's near New Year's Day. I think it might be New Year's Day. -4. So Penn State is favored by 4. And Donna, those are both teams that are 10-2, and they're interesting because both of them lost to the top 2 teams in their conference. Penn State to Ohio State, Michigan, Ole Miss to Georgia and Alabama. And Donna, this is the first time ever in school history Ole Miss could win 11 games. Never happened before. Never has happened. So that's a big game for Ole Miss. Big game. Lane Kiffin with the new contract extension. Then here's the second game I advise people to watch also is Mizzou at number 9 versus Ohio State, number 7. That is on the 29th of December. Ohio State's a 1.5-point favorite. But Don, here's something interesting. In this series, Mizzou has won 1 game, lost 10, and tied 1. So it's 1-10-1. They've only beat Ohio State 1 time in their history. And I think that was a tight ball game. I think it was 22-21. I forgot the exact year. But Mizzou has a lot to play for because they're trying to get to 11 wins. Ohio State, Donna, their quarterback has transferred to Syracuse. He played 13 games, lost 1, and he transferred to Syracuse. He was looking for more money. So he went to Syracuse. So, but the interesting fact about Ohio State's quarterback is Devin Brown. I think he'll be the quarterback. He'll wear number 33, which is the number of Sammy Ball. Number 33 played at TCU, great quarterback way back in the 30s. And his dad told him about Sammy Ball. It's kind of an interesting story. But that's and then Tennessee, we always discuss Tennessee, right? They're playing Iowa, Donna, that game, number 25 Tennessee versus number 17 Iowa. Tennessee 8-4, Iowa 10-3. That series, Donna, is 2-1. Tennessee's played Iowa 3 times. They've won twice. So they're an 8.5-point favorite. Iowa, Donna, only scores 16 points a game. That's it. 16 points a game. And we know that Tennessee is 31 points a game, but they've struggled this year offensively. But if they can get a couple touchdowns, they might win the game. Just get a couple touchdowns, get on top of Iowa. But Iowa's a good football team, excellent defense. They only give up 13 points, Donna. So they've won 10 games, Donna. Think about this. They've won 10 games, 10-3, averaging just 16 points a game. That's incredible. In this day and age, And then the last one on the 27th is Texas A&M versus Oklahoma State. Texas A&M they have 1 million transfers, probably about 20. They're a 1.5-point favorite, and they have the interim coach is going to be there, and Mike Gundy, coach for Oklahoma State. He's pretty good in bowl games. I think he's 11-6 in bowl games. So that's on the 27th. So those are all the SEC teams, Donna. The other 8 that are playing in bowl games.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Absolutely. Oh, let's not forget about AP and Kelly as we see it. What's happening this week? Yeah,
we're going to have Angelique Shangelis. She's from the Detroit Free Press. She covers Michigan. We're going to have her as one of our guests. We're going to discuss all the bowl games, a little more depth. And that's every Friday. IC Radio, 4 p.m. Central. Every Friday, 4 p.m. IC Radio. It'll be on AP and Kelly as we see it. So check that out. We really appreciate you having us on, Don.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. Absolutely. So I know you're looking so forward to the ball game. Be in California for the Rose Bowl. Be outstanding. Yeah. So, it could be down to the kicker.
Kicker. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm always looking at those kickers, and they have 2 good ones.
Absolutely.
See what's out that day.
Happening this week. I can hardly wait for you to come back next week with all this information. You're going.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Oh my gosh! Goodness, it'll be fun. Big crowd. Michigan. They always travel well. Big crowd. Confident from the Big Ten. 1,000 victories. That's the all-time best down there. And then Alabama with all those championships through the years. Yeah, you could. In this year, you couldn't have picked 2 better teams to get together. I know it's a semifinal, but whenever they're going to play, to have those 2 teams together, it's great.
Oh, that'd be awesome. AP, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's always fun.
Hey, Don, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. And Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh, yes. And hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Now, we're going to have a very special showing of this show right here. It's going to be on Friday as well here. So there's going to be a couple of showings for this particular show. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Looking forward to a great New Year as well. Take care, AP. You be safe out there. Safe travels.
Thank you, Donna.